JBNN will keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Miner held with gun and ammo in Hanover. A Glock 19 pistol with a magazine containing a love on 9mm cartridges was seized by the police from a miner in Ramble, Nonfatal in Hanover on Monday. Reports from the Hanover police were that, at about 9:50 a.m., a police team carried out an operation at the premises where the miner was searched and the gun and ammunition found in his knapsack. The identity of the child who was taken into custody is being withheld, pending further investigation. When contacted, head of the Hanover Police Division, Deputy Superintendent Andrew Nish, said he was unable to provide details about the incident, which is currently at a delicate stage, as interviews and investigations are ongoing and are currently inconclusive. DSP Nish added that investigations have so far suggested that the gun belongs to the child's father, who is a licensed firearm holder. Police investigating non-fatal shooting on Havendale Drive. Residents of Havendale Drive in St. Andrew reacted with some amount of consternation to a non-fatal shooting that occurred in the community at 12 noon on Monday. The Corporate Communications Unit CCU, the information arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, confirmed that a licensed firearm holder fired at another individual in the Upper St. Andrew community. No one was arrested as yet, but the police will be compiling a formal report and the matter is being investigated, a representative of the CCU said. The circumstances that led to the shooting is unclear, but unconfirmed reports are that the licensed firearm holder attacked his neighbor, administered open hand slaps to his face, and then fired at the victim. The licensed firearm holder then returned to his home and awaited for the arrival of the cops. Former Petrojam officials Singh and Grindley freed of fraud charges. The court has freed former general manager of Petrojam Floyd Grindley and the company's summer board chairman Dr. Percival Singh were accused of fraud. Singh was accused of fraudulently submitting claims amounting to $73,000 overseas travels he allegedly did not make. Grindley was accused of aiding and abetting Singh to process the claims. Senior Parish Judge Maxine Ellis delivered the verdict in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday. The trial began in May 2022. We'll provide more details in tomorrow's edition of the news. 2 cousins killed in Westmoreland crash, another among 3 hospitalized. 2 families are mourning the devastating loss of 2 21-year-old cousins, Amaria Brown and Gary Brown Jr., otherwise called Javel, who died in a car crash early Monday morning. The tragedy unfolded on Amaria's birthday as the pair were returning home from a party in Grangeville. The cousins, who lived mere feet apart in Strathbogie, were described as inseparable and hardworking. Their families are now left to navigate unimaginable grief. "It doesn't give any trouble. He's always here," Amaria's aunt, Stacey Ann Brown, said tearfully. "He would normally just go to work and go to parties like any other young person, but this time they didn't come back. I never expected this would happen to them. They don't deserve this." Amaria, who worked at a hotel, was beloved by his family, including his younger sister, who wept inconsolably as they reflected on his life. For Javel's family, the pain is equally unbearable. Javel, who worked at a supermarket, had been eagerly awaiting a call to begin training for the Jamaica Constabulary Force. His grandmother, Zada Brown, struggled to accept his death. "I cook, and he even eat and leave some. He went away and come back," she recalled. "Every time I hear the phone ring, I think it's him calling for me to open the grill, but instead, it was his mother calling to tell me same crash." While Amaria and the Javel died at the scene, 3 others were injured, including another male cousin and a female passenger. The male cousin is reportedly in serious condition with broken limbs and neck injuries, while the female passenger is said to be in better health. The tragedy has been compounded by concerns over healthcare access. Gary Brown Sr., Javel's father, expressed frustration after visiting the Savlamar Public General Hospital, where a junior doctor is sick out hindered care. "We did not see any doctor," he said. "When we went inside, the nurses said the doctors are on strike. Some nurses, when you ask a question, give you an attitude. We're hoping it could even be moved to Montego Bay for better assistance." The families, united in their grief, are struggling to come to terms with the sudden and profound loss of 2 young men who were full of promise and deeply cherished by their loved ones. Matthew Hyde's family pays $2 million to ex-girlfriend he tortured. The prosecution says the actions of Matthew Hyde, the university student who pled guilty to torturing his ex-girlfriend last year, were premeditated. The prosecutor, who was speaking in court during the sentencing hearing on Monday, said the aggravating factors outweigh the mitigating factors and described the incident as egregious. Hyde held his ex-girlfriend captive for 3 days in his room at the Georgia Lane Hall on the University of the West Indies, Mona, where he tortured her with a hot clothing iron and other implements. The prosecutor, in response to Hyde's attorney Patrick Peter King's plea mitigation, said the injuries inflicted by Hyde have caused the complainant serious physical, psychological, and financial harm, pointing out that the incident was premeditated. The prosecutor submitted that the parts of the body where the victim was burnt represent the core of feminism and the core of a woman's sexuality. Hyde inflicted injuries to the complainant's face, breast, and buttocks. The prosecutor said the complainant stated that she was unable to sleep or breathe without feeling constant pain. She said her days were confined to activities, eating and taking medication. Earlier in the proceedings, the prosecution, while describing the incident as a deliberate and cruel act, said Hyde wanted to inflict pain on the complainant because they claimed she had hurt him. Meanwhile, the family of Matthew Hyde has made a $2 million restitution to the complainant. The prosecutor said the amount is less than half of what the complainant is seeking. Prior to adjourning Monday's proceedings, Presiding Judge Justice Caroline Ty Powell noted that she was awaiting outstanding materials and also needed time to fact check the prosecution's reply to the cases that were cited by Hyde's attorney, Patrick Peterkin. The judge is to deliver a ruling on December 17. Mechanic who allegedly threatened neighbor with gun to appear in court. A mechanic who allegedly used a gun to threaten his neighbor during an argument in Maypen, Clarendon last Friday, has been slapped with charges stemming from the incident. Charged with assault of common law and possession of prohibited weapon is 29-year-old Nicholas Hamilton, otherwise called Bigger. It is alleged that at about 10 p.m., Hamilton and his neighbor had an argument during which he brandished a gun and made threats to him. The incident was reported to the police and Hamilton was arrested. He is set to appear in the Maypen Parish Court on Thursday, December 12. 7 arrested, charged by a CTOC multi-million-dollar banking scam. The Fraud Division of the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch CTOC has arrested and charged 7 people for scamming $63,871 and $10,162,468 Jamaican dollars from a customer of a bank. The scam, according to CTOC, involved unknown culprits posing as bank representatives, both electronically and in person. The scammers used information obtained during this misrepresentation to gain access to the customer's bank account, reported CTOC. Charged with receiving stolen property are Natana Murray, 21-year-old security guard of Laburnum Court, Portsmouth, Portmore, St. Catherine; Jamila O'Connor, 19, of Hampstead Avenue, Kingston; Roger Bowler, 21-year-old of Tarrant Drive, Kingston 10; Roger Matherlock, 21, a janitor of Cadott Close, Kingston; Christopher Fellows, 42, a security officer of Wild Street, Kingston; Brittany Smith, 23, a train of Brayton Meadows, St. Catherine; Michael Williams, 28, a carpenter of Old Brayton, Portmore, St. Catherine. All 7 are set to appear in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on January 31, 2025. The Fraud Division is urging customers of financial institutions to be cautious of individuals posing as representatives and to refrain from supplying personal banking information to unknown persons. Additionally, bank customers are being advised not to grant access to their banking accounts to receive fraudulently obtained funds. The police are urging anyone with information about this scam or other similar crimes to come forward and assist in the investigation. JBNN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.